Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to be announcing the Microgrants program at FUTO. We have our grants program where we find projects that we are exceptionally interested in and we provide them with funding so that they can keep doing what they're already doing. But we're also going to have a Microgrants program where we give smaller amounts to a much larger number of organizations and programmers. Each month we're going to announce the winners of that Microgrants program. Each one of us here has advocated for an open source project that we believe in, that we thought was worthy of a microgrant. And today I'm going to start with the one that I was advocating for, which is Organic Maps. Organic Maps is a program that allows you to replace Google Maps on your phone. It gives you access to searching for different businesses. You can download a map of an area so you don't have to connect to the internet to use maps or navigation. And one of the cool parts about this, which is very rare with a lot of the open source software that I've used, is it actually works better than the Google Maps software and the paid software in a certain sense. With Google Maps, usually it takes a little while for that little blue dot to tell you which direction you're oriented in, but with Organic Maps, it's almost instant and it's very quick at telling you exactly which direction you're facing. On most phones, it's actually quicker than Google Maps. So we're going to be giving them a microgrant because we believe in their software. Aiden?
My choice for a microgrant for this month is Gitlab. And Gitlab may seem kind of strange because it's a multi-billion-dollar company that probably wouldn't really benefit much from a small donation. However, we're taking the term microgrant here to kind of also mean supporting open source projects, even if they're commercially funded. So one great thing about GitLab is that it's completely open source. So if you go to, I think, gitlab.com/gitlab/gitlab, you can view the whole source for the entire site, including even the paid editions, although that's licensed under a different license, so you can't really use it without paying them. However, it's a really great piece of software. In my opinion, it's the best version control and other like CI/CD stuff that's on the market. And if you have a problem with it, you can probably edit it or at least just file a merge request, and you can actually contribute to the project yourself if you have any issues with it.
So I'm championing Zulip today. So Zulip's it's like Slack or Discord. It lets you have a nice chat room for your company to organize everything your company does every day. Probably most of you have used something like Slack or Discord. We actually went through at FUTO quite a few of these things. We tried Mattermost. We tried Matrix/Element. And those were both pretty bad. I got so sad at how bad they were that we actually were using Discord for a couple months, even though that is probably the least FUTO-y software we could have chosen. But we found Zulip, Aiden set it up, and it works beautifully. As somebody who, with Yahoo Games, I did chat rooms. Yahoo Games was as much a chat room as it was a game site. And yeah, they're doing a good job. It runs so fast. This is a situation where the people running Zulip, Tim Abbott in particular, is really doing a great job pushing forward business models around open source software. So all we have to do for Zulip is subscribe. So we're going to be paying $667 per month for all of our FUTO employees who are using Zulip, which is cheaper than Slack. And it's better than Slack. And we get to self-manage it on our own servers.
And it's so easy to set up too. Zulip provides their own one-click DigitalOcean install, so anyone can just host their instance really easily. And that's something that not a lot of products do. And it especially takes a lot of courage when you're charging money.
Today I'm championing VLC for our Microgrants program. As a filmmaker and as a huge movie buff, I use it to watch a ton of movies on my computer, from the Blu-rays that I have ripped to MP4s and MOVs. It just works better than any other media player that I've had, and that's really what I like about it. I can also transcode MKV files to MP4 files when I want to get clips out, because it's hard to do with MKV. And it just is really delightful to use, and it's open source with a GPL license that it's owned by Videoland, so it's not owned by any major tech corporation. And I think, Aaron, you wanted to pop in and say something about it.
Oh yeah, I use that VLC player all the time to watch movies on my TV. So everybody should be subverting the smart TV features that are built into their TV. You can do that with a Linux set-top box, and you run VLC player on it and play all your videos with that.
One last thing I want to add is that VLC allows you to add subtitles to movies really, really easily. Sometimes the movie that you have doesn't come with subtitles, and you have to either make subtitles of your own or find the subtitles online. And VLC, it just makes it super easy to add to the video file to make basically watching a lot of obscure movies way easier. So yeah, I love VLC. I use it every day. And actually on the TV here, we have this image up with VLC. So, that just goes to show how ubiquitous it is in our lives.
Yeah, and it's
Imagine
also...
this could be Avatar Blu-ray ripped from your... sorry. Imagine this could be Avatar ripped from your Blu-ray.
All right. So are we going to
Imagine this could be Top Gun Maverick ripped from your Blu-ray.
Okay, fine.
I'd like to champion Synchthing. Synchthing is a way of keeping all your device files synchronized. Most people use a traditional backup service or synchronization service like Dropbox, where it's in the cloud. The cloud provider is able to, see all your data. If they go out of business, all your data is gone. If they make a mistake, all your data is gone. And then obviously, you probably have to pay for it. With Synchthing, use your own device storage, and your devices talk directly to each other and keep each other up to date. Because of this, there's no limits. It's as many drives as you have. If you have 100 terabytes you need to synchronize, just throw it on Synchthing, and as long as there's enough storage on both ends, it'll be copied. What's great about this software is that, because your devices are talking to each other, it even works offline. So, if you're in your house, there's no reason you need to talk over the internet. Your devices will just use your really fast home network and talk directly to each other. I use Synchthing for all my own synchronization. If I have a local password store I want to synchronize, or a bunch of music, I throw it in my Synchthing, and then it gets on my phone, my laptop, my desktop, and because it's based on torrents, it's pretty much instantaneous.